Hello everybody, Jamie the Board Game Man here. In today's episode, we're going back to the year 2018 by Fireside Games, an abstract strategy game. It's 2 to 4 players. It's called Grackles. In this game, you are trying to line up as many of your birds in a row. The more in the row, the more points you get. Yes, someone actually was driving the streets going, wow, look at all those birds on the wire. I'm going to make a board game out of that. And they did. Here it is, Grackles. So let's head on over to the gaming table where I'm going to show you how to play Grackles. All right, here we are at the gaming table. Here is Grackles. Let me go ahead and go over all the components in the game, and then I'll show you how to set up and then how to play. So first of all, we've got some big old thunder going on in the background there. Woo, very creepy for Grackles. Okay, you have the instruction booklet right here, front and back, which looks really, really nice. They do a well done job on that. You also have these player aids. You're going to get 4 player aids, so each player gets one of these, so it reminds them what. It has 1 per turn you can use on your actions. You also have your birds. These are the tokens. You have blue, green, purple, and black. And you also have these rotating tokens that are in your color that have 5. You can do 5 per game. And then you also have the tiles. This will make up the board once you start laying down the tiles. So you can see it's not a board per se, it's actually a tile placing game. Now that's the components of the game. Let me go ahead and remove this because we need that to start laying down some tiles. Now there's 4 different actions you can do on your turn. First and foremost, you're going to get these 2 right here. These 2 tiles have little black triangles on them. What you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and put these together to make it as a diamond, just like so. You're going to go ahead and lay it just like this. Okay? And that's how you're going to go ahead and start the game. Now let me go ahead and tell you the 4 different actions you can use. First is draw and place a tile. What you're going to do at the very beginning is each player is going to go ahead and take one of these tokens in their hand, shake them in their hand, and you're going to release one of them. That's going to determine who is the first player. In this case, here comes more thunder. Woo, it'd be pouring out there. Holy cow. Black token, so black token will be first. Everyone gets their tokens back, and then you begin. So first and foremost, you're going to draw and place a tile. So let's go ahead and say black went ahead and drew a tile. They're going to go ahead and place it just like so. Okay, that is one of the actions. Now it has to be adjacent to another tile. You cannot go diagonally or anything crazy like that. It has to be right adjacent to that tile, just like that. Okay, there we go. Your second action is build a line, which means that after, so let's just say the black went ahead and said, oh, look at this here. We got a black spot here and a black spot here. So what you're going to do is you're going to connect those dots here, and he can go ahead and lay down 4 of his black birds here. Just like so. There you go. So that's building a line right there. So that's how you do a line. You have one side to the other, and you're going to build your line of birds. That's how you put them on the board. The third action is going to be extend a line. So let's just say this was out here like this, and then it was black's turn. They can choose to extend the line. You got a blue and another black here. So you can go ahead and choose, okay, I'm going to go ahead and extend my line. There you go. That's extending a line. Well, let's just say there's a couple more tiles out here, like so. Let's just say like this, okay. And you want to rotate an empty tile. That's when you're going to go ahead and use one of these rotations tokens, and then once they're used, they're out of the game. Each player has 5 of these, and you're going to go ahead and rotate an empty tile only. You cannot rotate a tile that already has a bird on there. So let's just say you wanted to do this, and you wanted to do something like this. You could rotate a tile just like that, okay? And that would be your rotation tile. Now, a couple other options, or a couple other things you cannot do in the game, such as you can see here, well, look, I have a black here and a black here. Can I cross? No, you cannot. So you cannot cross over any other line. So once you do a line like this, you're possibly blocking your opponent, but you might be blocking yourself as well. So that's something you want to look out for as well. So you cannot crisscross. There is no diagonal lines, okay? And that's a part of that. So as soon as you keep going, the board will build and build. The far out that this board can go is 5 by 5. So as soon as you get to a spot here where it goes like this pretty much determines that this is going to be 5 by 5 right here. So at the end of every game, you're going to have exactly the 25 tiles out, just like so. And you'll see it fits right perfect. Every single game, you'll end up with a 5 by 5 square. Okay? And at that point, you keep playing until no one else has any other moves. All the tiles are out. You can't connect any other lines. You can't connect, none of that stuff. Then what you'll do is you'll count how many of these birds are out on each line. And whoever has the most birds out there wins the game. If there is a tie, well, then they share the victory. And that, my friends, is how you play Grackles. So let's head on over to the game room, and I'll give you my final thoughts. All right, so my final thoughts on Grackles. You got to get it. This is a cool little light. Like I said, it's a light abstract game. I absolutely love this game. This is a great game. First of all, let me tell you about the components. First of all, here are the bags, which I did not show you in the tutorial, that the chips come in. They're awesome. They have the little drawstring here, and then you just open it up. They almost look like something that you would have in a wedding reception. These are really cool. They have one of these for each one of these colors. So it's not like you gotta, let me get a Ziploc baggie and throw the blues in there, and let's throw the blacks in there and the greens in there. You don't have to do that. They have a nice little bag, and the little chips for the rotating chips fit in there too. Awesome idea. And let me show you the chip itself. I don't know if you're probably able to see it on there, but I want to show it to you up and close. They have crackles on each one of these little tokens. Let me see if I can bring it up close here. See, they have little crackles on every single token, which is really cool too. Very, very cool idea. So it's not just, okay, here's your chip, just put the chip on there. No, it's a Grackle. It's a Grackle is on the chip, so that's pretty cool too. Also, the way the components here too, this is what you use to put your tiles away. So it's another Ziploc bag, throw them in you don't have to do that. This slides out, actually has a little thing there, so you can actually have your finger right there. And look at this. This slides out, and the tiles fit right in there. They have a little divider in between, so you can see I could take some tiles out of there, and they just fit right in there. How cool is that? And there's, you got 25 tiles, but you have the 4 of these, the player aids, so you have 29 total. So you can pretty much put almost 15 on each side, and they fit in there beautifully. Well done. That's just awesome. You're not, a lot of these games, you just throw the tiles in there, and you put them in a Ziploc bag, and that's it. No, they have a little compartment for the tiles. Piece of cake. It's almost like a little file cabinet. And then you got these cool little bags that just, awesome. As soon as I open up this bag for the first time, I'm like, whoa, this is really nice. The tiles are great quality. Hello. The game is fun. It's really light. Like I said, it's a 5 by 5, and you're placing these tiles out there, and you're trying to get your longest line as you can. And the trick is, you can't cross any other lines. And there's one thing I did forget to mention in the tutorial, and I just thought about it. And I knew there was something I was forgetting, but all that thunder and stuff was driving, was making my mind go, woo! Is you cannot do 90-degree angles as well. So you can't do like a line of bluebirds and then have it, it's going to connect this way. You can't do that. There is no 90-degree turns in that either. So you can't crisscross, you can't go diagonally, and you can't go 90 degrees. So I know I forgot something there, so I apologize for that. I just wanted to make sure I threw it in there. Definitely a thumbs up. Not just for the game, but for the components as well. The components are really well done. I love the way it all fits in that box. It's not an overly huge box. It's actually a pretty small box, considering while it's all in there. They did an awesome job on this. This is just a great, great game. Fireside games, I'm going to give you not just 1 thumb, but 2 thumbs up. And I would give you 3 thumbs up if I had 3 thumbs. But anyway, you catch my drift. So if you can find this game, I highly recommend you get it. Because, I love the theme of it too. How many times we've driven and you saw... And Grackles are actually a real bird, by the way. This is not something they made up. In fact, it says right here a little thing about them. They're noisy, iridescent birds that love to gather on telephone wires at sunset throughout the southwestern United States. And that's what they got the idea of this. And that's why the colors of the birds are pretty much the colors that they found in the game. So like the blues, the purples, the greens. I guess they are actually that color. You can see here, they have the different colored birds on the cover. So this isn't just something, oh, let's just call it Grackle. No, these are actual birds in, what they say, the southwestern part of the U.S. So I think that's pretty darn cool there. So, but like I said, I highly suggest you get this game. Definitely thumbs up. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you have the game, let me know what you think about it. If you've never heard of the game and you're like, hey, I want to check this out, I definitely want to hear from you. So until next time, everybody, thank you so much for watching. And as always, happy gaming.